When you can't make it to City Hall or the school board meetings, local journalists from Duluth News Tribune will be there to report the facts and get your questions answered. Local news works for you. Stay up to date at duluthnewstribune.com.
Hello, Northlanders. It's Wednesday, August 9th. I'm Wyatt Buckner with your Duluth News Tribune Minute, presented by Minnesota Power Employees Credit Union.
The average MPECU member saves over $785 a year in better rates and lower fees. And with MPECU, every ATM is your ATM. With their free checking program, you get ATM fee reimbursements at any ATM anywhere in the U.S. Check out Minnesota Power Employees Credit Union services online at mpecu.com or visit their offices in downtown Duluth, Arrowhead Road, or Miller Trunk Highway.
Now here's a look at today's headlines. Former state legislator Roger Reinert made a bold statement in his return to local politics, easily outpacing incumbent Emily Larson in what is likely to be one of the most competitive mayoral races the city has seen in the past 16 years. Reinert was by far the top vote-getter in Tuesday's primary, winning nearly 63% of ballots cast among the five-way field, according to unofficial tallies with one precinct remaining unreported. Larson also handedly advanced to the November 7th general election with just over 35%. Larson, first elected in 2015, is seeking to be the city's first three-term mayor since Gary Doughty, who served from 1992 to 2004. Reinert is looking to make a return to public office for the first time in 7 years. The competitive campaign has already seen fundraising surpass the six-figure mark, with well over 1,000 yard signs dotting the city, in what may be the most hotly contested race since Don Ness nearly defeated Charlie Bell in a wide-open 2007 election. Meanwhile, the Duluth School Board District 3 race has been whittled down to Lauren Martell and Henry Banks in November. The incumbent, Paul Sandholm, did not seek re-election. The 3rd District represents neighborhoods including Piedmont, Duluth Heights, Central Hillside, East Hillside, and Park Point. The Labor and Democratic Farmer Labor Party endorsed candidates advanced in the primary race for the City Council at-large seat. Incumbent at-large City Councilor Eric Forsman finished primary night with the most votes in the field of 8 candidates, with 29.2% of the vote. Lynn Marie Nephew, Jenna Yackel, and Miranda Pacheco made up the next 3 places, respectively, and will also advance. Forsman and Nephew were endorsed by the Duluth Central Labor Body, and Yackel and Pacheco were endorsed by the Duluth DFL. The general election race for the Duluth City Council District 4 seat appears to be between Howie Hansen and Tara Swenson, though the close race might prompt a recount with Salam Witherspoon in a close third. The incumbent, Hannah Alstead, did not run for re-election after she was appointed to the seat following the death of Renee Van Nett in 2022. The 4th District represents Lincoln Park, Piedmont Heights, and Duluth Heights neighborhoods. Swenson received 767 votes, or 30.59% of the vote. Hansen received 754 votes, or 30.08% of the vote, and Salam Witherspoon received 732 votes, or 29.2% with all 7 precincts reporting Tuesday night, according to preliminary results from the Minnesota Secretary of State. This race is not eligible for a publicly funded recount as the votes cast between 2nd and 3rd candidates is more than 1/4% of the total votes counted for that office, according to Minnesota Statute 204C.36. Witherspoon wasn't sure Tuesday evening if she was going to seek a recount, but said that she felt good about the campaign. Filmmaker James Cameron dined at the Boat Club on Sunday, according to restaurateur Jason Vincent. Vincent said Cameron was in the Northland visiting Jessica Lange. It's not surprising that Jessica Lange would be spending late summer at her Minnesota cabin, located near her hometown of Cloquet. A News Tribune reporter has seen the Oscar-winning actor twice in recent years at the Carleton County Fair, which this year takes place August 17th to August 20th. Nor is it surprising that Cameron would be taken by Duluth. The director is famously fascinated by water, as seen in his movies including The Abyss, Titanic, and Avatar: The Way of Water. The latter movie, a sequel to the 2009 original, demonstrated the 68-year-old director's enduring box office clout. It's the 3rd highest-grossing film of all time, behind only the first Avatar and the Marvel movie Avengers Endgame. If Cameron were to somehow decide to make a movie in Duluth, it would probably take a while to get here. A 3rd Avatar film commenced production simultaneously with The Way of Water. Hollywood actors and writers are currently on strike, which may help explain why power players have time for Northland getaways this summer. Energy company Elite credited a newly acquired renewable energy company as well as increased retail sales and lower property taxes at its utility companies for driving higher second quarter profits. Elite, the parent company of Minnesota Power, on Tuesday reported second quarter earnings of 90 cents per share on a profit of $51.5 million, compared to 67 cents per share on a profit of $37.6 million in the second quarter of last year. The company reaffirmed its 2023 earnings guidance of $3.55 to $3.85 per share. In a call with investors Tuesday morning, company officials said New Energy Equity, an Annapolis, Maryland-based solar development company it purchased last year, had a particularly strong second quarter. Meanwhile, Elite's regulated businesses, Minnesota Power and Superior Water, Light and Power, saw higher retail sales and lower property taxes. But Elite Senior Vice President and Chief Financial Officer Steve Morris said that it was partially offset by refunds, resulting from the Minnesota Public Utilities Commission's February decision to approve a 9.5% rate increase instead of an almost 17.6% rate hike requested by the company. Refunds were given to commercial customers to make up for their temporary 14% rate hike, while the PUC considered the final rate. That will allow the company to generate $58 million, well below the more than $108 million the company sought in its full request. The PUC authorized Minnesota Power to earn a 9.65% return on equity, which the company expects to miss this year. Minnesota Power expects to request another rate increase November 1st. Now here's a look at your forecast, brought to you by the Superior Telegram's history podcast, Archive Dive.
Looking at partly cloudy skies today, can't rule an isolated shower or pop-up thunderstorm. Most of us, though, staying dry with that high of 79 and a west-northwesterly wind about 10 to 15. Overnight tonight, partly cloudy down to around 52 with lighter winds expected as we head into your Thursday. Mostly sunny skies with temperatures in the upper 70s yet again. We will be tracking a chance for some showers and a few rumbles of thunder Thursday night and into the day on Friday, keeping temperatures in the mid-70s. We'll bump up to the upper 70s on Saturday and back down to the low 70s on Sunday with another chance for some rain. I'm Storm Tracker meteorologist Jesse Ritka.
Thank you to Archive Dive for their support. The monthly history podcast, hosted by Superior Telegram reporter Maria Lockwood, dips into the archives of historic events, people, and places around Superior and Douglas County. You can find the latest episode of Archive Dive at superiortelegram.com or wherever you also get this podcast. Reporting for today's episode was done by Tom Olson, Jimmy Lovren, Terry Caddo, and Jay Gabler. Thank you for listening to the Duluth News Tribune Minute. Have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.